Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Morning Mastery with Spencer. We've got a cool guest here. We're actually in office filming. We always post these videos later to YouTube. Thank you for those who have tuned in on the phone also on your way to work or whatever your morning routine is. I've got an exciting guest today. I'm really his guest because he's so seasoned in real estate. So I've actually got our broker, Andrew, our broker of Gentry Real Estate, in the office with me today. And thank you so much, Andrew, for showing up.
You bet.
Let me give you a little bit of intro to Andrew. He's been a broker for, he's been licensed for 30 years, and he's been a broker since 2001. And he's been the broker of Gentry since 2010, which is 14 years ago. So he's been a broker of Gentry for a long time. So we're going to talk a little bit about just being a broker to real estate agents and what that entails. And I'm excited to have Andrew in the office. So Andrew, he's someone special to me. Obviously, we've worked together for a long time. He keeps us straight. Like I always say, he helps us cross our T's and dot our I's. And that's not an easy feat for, how many agents do we have now, Andrew?
Oh, about 180, 200.
All right, so right around 180 to 200 agents. So keeping all of those agents in line is not easy. I know that, and what he accomplishes on the daily is pretty amazing. So, I've had this theme this year. Speaking with you several times, I've mentioned that there's three things that we need to do if we're not licensed to go get a real estate license, and everyone's got a book inside them. Write your story, create a book, and number three is create an LLC. So we actually need to have a meeting on creating LLCs. Maybe we can do that on Monday to help you create an LLC and get your business going for whatever that looks like. So even if you don't have a business inside you, you should just create an LLC and have that step because then you will be ready once you have that business inside you that comes out. So that being said, Andrew, he's very much a routine-oriented type guy. That's probably why we work well together as far as the routines go and just the consistency. And he's a similar guy to me, no days off. And I can't even actually ever remember him taking a sick day off. Similar to me in 20 years of working in real estate, no sick days, no days off, and that's just kind of the grind of real estate and being an entrepreneur and making it happen. So that being said, Andrew, let's talk about, I know you've got three morning routines that you accomplish every single morning. Can you talk a little bit about those with us?
Yeah, one thing that I do, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I think it's important to kind of get the focus for the day going. And I do have this journal called a 3-question journal. And there's 3 questions in the morning and 3 questions in the evening that you ask yourself. And those 3 questions in the morning are, the first one is, what is one thing that you deeply appreciate about your life? And so it causes some reflection of, what is something that I really appreciate? And it gives you that gratitude going right into the day of things that you appreciate. The next question is, what is the most important thing that I need to do today? And so it helps you focus on what is that most important thing that you need to do. And then the third one is, what quality do I want to share with the world today? And in a world of conflict and all kinds of, turmoil and things going on, I think it's important that each of us reflect on what is something, a quality that I can share with the world today, whether it's patience or appreciation or love or whatever it might be on your mind to do that day. And then in the evening, you have another self-reflection. It's, what went well today? What can I do differently tomorrow? And what did I do for someone else today?
Okay, cool.
So
awesome.
So just a really good way to start my day. And then I spend, 20 minutes or so in meditation and prayer and go to the gym, get some exercise, which I think is really important to, get your endorphins going, and then take a 2 to 3 minute cold shower, because that'll really get it going and lowers your inflammation. I don't know if you've studied anything about cold showers or cold plunges, but there's a lot of really good health benefits. So that's a fun time.
Okay, that's cool. So just to recap a little bit. So remind me the third question in the evening. What went well today? What can I do differently tomorrow? And what was the third one?
What did I do for someone else today?
What did I do for someone else today?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you didn't do anything for anyone that day and you ask your question, I mean, you must be kind of disappointed,
The thing
right?
of it is I think everybody can reflect it, whether it was sharing a smile.
Yeah.
It could be something small like that, opening a door for somebody else.
Yeah.
And I think it's just important to be mindful of little acts of kindness go a long way.
Right. Have you, I just had this thought pop in my mind. So I've heard, similar type scenarios, not these exact questions, but I've heard, some people setting up goals or tasks, and they're literally laying in bed and they ask them those questions, or like their reflective questions, and then they realize they didn't accomplish one of those tasks, and they literally get out of bed and go do it. Have you ever had one of those moments in your life?
I haven't, but the thing of it is sometimes it will prompt me to put a note by my bed that I need to get it done. I don't necessarily, sometimes it'll remind me of something that I need to set out the next day or something like that. But if I'm in bed, it might be too late to go call somebody or go to their house and do something.
Yeah. No, that's totally understandable. So just to recap, his three, thought-provoking or action-taken questions is, number one, in the morning you express appreciation. I think that's really, really good. However we express appreciation or gratitude, and that always does open us up for success and production in life, is when we have an attitude of gratitude. I mean, it's just something always good to have. So the second one is, what's the most important thing that I need to get done today? And the third, what is something that is of quality that I can share with the world today? So just go down this alley with me a little bit. So what is the most important thing that I need to get done today? Why do you think about that first thing when you wake up?
I think it's so important every day to realize, and what you decide is your most important thing to do that day might not even be work related. It might be that I need to compliment people more often.
Yeah.
I need to show more kindness. I need to be more proactive. I mean, it's just a plethora of different things, or it might be something very specific that's on your task list that you need to get done that day.
Right.
So it could be anything.
It can be anything. That's good. I like that. My mind kind of went towards of just like when you're talking, like it's just always like trying to become better or trying to do better. And then why is it important? As far as something quality that I can share with the world today. Kind of explain that one a little bit more for me.
Yeah, so I mean, it's all about focus. It's starting about focus. When you start your day with focus of becoming a better person, one of those things is sharing equality with the world, because the world is a mess. And the more just little acts of kindness that we can do and focus on, just that little extra that we can think about. And if we aren't intentional with our day, it will go past, and we won't have any reflection. We won't have, any growth.
Right.
I mean, you might have growth, but it's if you're intentional and you're focused, then the little things can go a long way.
That's cool. I like that, being intentional with our day. So that being said, that took up a little bit more time, just because I kind of wanted to dig into your brain a little bit about, how your thoughts are and what you're thinking and that morning routine. I think that morning routine is important for all of us. So thanks for sharing that. So let's get to the agents. Being a broker of close to 200 agents, that's no easy feat.
Not at all.
What is it like as agents? What can we do better to lighten the broker's load?
Well, I think, one thing is just learning what is in the contract that you're having people sign, because there's so many timelines and different things that you're responsible for. You really need to know the contract and addendums that you're dealing with. And I think a lot of times, like, I get calls from agents, and that's fine. I'm willing to take calls anytime, day or night, as I do. But sometimes it's just, well, in this paragraph in the contract, it says this. And if they had just, reflected back and looked at that,
right,
they could have come up with the answer. But I'm obviously willing to have them bat things around with me as well. So.
Yeah. Okay. So just knowing what's in the contract, just knowing the in and outs, just taking the extra step and the extra time to look what's
Yeah.
in there.
And I think another thing too is just response. Always respond to anybody that's calling you or needs you or anything. Response is a big thing. When I get complaints, sometimes it's like an agent hasn't called me back
So you'll call the
like
agent and then they're not calling you back. Like, no wonder why you're getting that complaint.
Usually they call me back.
Usually they do?
Yeah.
They respond to you pretty good?
Yeah.
That's good. Well, I know I do. I'm in the office, and so Andrew knows where to find me for the 10 hours a day.
Yep.
So, well, that's good. Response is just so key. I contribute a lot of my build up and success of the businesses of communication. I just think that's seriously number one, is just always responding to people and letting them know that you're there and you're aware and you're always going to respond to them, and in a very quickly time manner, I think is so important. So thanks for covering that. I think response is definitely key and super important. Thank you. As far as like, what are your daily tasks look like as far as keeping all of these agents in line? Like, what's the number one thing you're doing that takes up the most time?
Probably the thing that takes up most time is auditing every single document that agents get signed. Whether that's an addendum, a contract, just a buyer inspection notice. All those things you've got to, look through all of them and approve them and audit them and let the agents know if they're missing something that needs to be initialed or signed or done differently. And then agents have a lot of questions. So, they'll send me emails or call me with different questions that they have.
Yeah. So auditing and questions?
That's probably a big portion of it.
And when a broker audits a file, what are they exactly doing? Why are they auditing it?
Yeah. So it's required by the Arizona Department of Real Estate that a broker audits every transaction, every file, every document within a certain period of time.
Yeah.
And if we don't, then there can be fines from the Department of Real Estate and everything. So we need to make sure we're auditing that, and we're looking for things that might have gotten missed by the agent. Maybe their client didn't sign or initial something, or a box wasn't checked that needs to be checked. So we just have to go through all those documents and make sure they're in line.
Yeah, that's good. So as far as like you mentioned question after audit, so auditing would be the number one like day filler. Like you're spending a lot of time auditing all of these contracts, because with a couple hundred agents, there's quite a few contracts coming in. So all the auditing, and so the next one is just questioning. Go into that a little bit more.
So, there's a lot of times, even an experienced agent, for example, is going to come across something where, they want to, hey, is this the right verbiage I should use? Or this agent is doing this, what should I do? How should I handle it? So a lot of it's like how to handle certain situations that come up. And, it's obviously nice that I've been in the business so long and I've either come across situations myself, or because I've been helping agents for so long, they've come across situations.
Right.
So, and occasionally, one nice thing is the brokers have access to the Arizona Association of Realtors legal hotline. And so occasionally I'll need to call them for some advice and help through a certain situation. So I've talked to them a lot and gotten a lot of guidance over the years for different things and ways to handle things.
That's cool. So I mean, I like how you said, I've been doing this for so long that I've basically seen every single scenario come across.
Not every scenario.
Not every? Do you get some new ones that come up?
Yeah, and you're like, wow, I haven't come across this yet.
That's the exciting thing about real estate. So I come across something new. Seriously, every day I come across something new. So that's cool. So that's what keeps it interesting.
Yep,
for sure. There's always that next hurdle or that next task to accomplish in real estate.
Yep.
And you always see something new. So that being said, our time is almost up. If you are listening and you don't have your real estate license, you can find we actually have a real estate school that is ran by Gentry.
Gentry University.
Gentry University. So take a look at Gentry University. You can just Google Gentry University. It'll come up. Or
you can also go to gentryrealestate.com and you can register for the class there, or just give us a call.
Yeah. So we would love, if you don't have your real estate license and you're thinking about getting it, go to Gentry University and get your real estate license. It's something great to have, and if you at least do one transaction a year, all you have to do is one a year, you're going to be financially ahead of yourself more than last year.
And here's another great thing about Gentry University is you can take the class at home. And so
Yeah.
at your leisure. So you got up to 6 months to get it done. You can file for an extension after that, but you could do it in 2 weeks or you could do it in 2 months, whatever, you
Right.
wanted to do. You just come into the office, take the final, and that's
Yeah.
about it.
So it's just all online.
Yep.
That's great. So, hey, thank you guys. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for listening today. And appreciate you guys. I hope you go have a great day today. It's a beautiful day. Go make something happen and let us know if you need anything. Thank you so much, Andrew,
Yeah, you
for
bet.
coming
It's
in.
great to be here.
So awesome to have you. We'll see you guys. Bye.